All right, guys, another episode of Shellonomics. We hyped up season 4 of the 4Kids 2003 TMNT series so much. Can we hype up season 5? You betcha. We are back once again with Christian from TMNTDERTALK. This is one of the shorter seasons, so this will probably be a shorter episode, but that doesn't mean it's still not going to be a big hit. So, Christian, let's recap real quick here. Shredder comes back. I think we both loved the ending to season 4, didn't we?
Yeah, the ending of season 4 was like, when the turtles, they travel to Japan and there's a big evil coming, and then it ended. And I was sitting there like, I need more. Give me more episodes. You cannot end it there. But that was really crazy, because now this season 5 is called the Lost Episodes, or called the Ninja Tribunal season, because they after season 4, with this cliffhanger, they first showed the 6th season. They first showed Fast Forward, because if I remember correctly, Playmates Toys came in and said, hey, we want to sell some toys. And with Fast Forward, they could do new variants of the turtles, like the Fast Forward style, and new characters, and so on and so forth. So they, at first, they skipped this season. They skipped season 5. It was shown later, but back then it was like, hey, what is this? Why this cliffhanger ending, and we don't get a resolution to this? You cannot do this to us. So nowadays, these are called the Lost Season. And yeah, as you said, it's the shortest season of the whole series, because it only has 12 episodes. It was supposed to be 13 episodes, but we're getting there when we talk about it. But yeah, this is a special season, I gotta say. It's a very interesting season, but we're getting there when we talk about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, again, Splinter is heavily involved. I'm always a fan when we get to see Splinter a lot. So I guess let's get right into it with episode 1 of season 5, Lap of the Gods.
Yeah, this episode takes off right where the last season left us. Turtles come to Japan. They are met by the Ninja Tribunal, who are these 4 mystical characters, and there are 4 other acolytes to this Ninja Tribunal, and the Ninja Tribunal wants to train the turtles and these other 4 acolytes because the mystic, the foot mystic, they now were able to transform into the true form, and they want to resurrect the one true Shredder, because apparently there is the bigger, better Shredder, and they want to stop this. They of course don't want this, because that would probably mean the end of the world. So the turtles and the others are trained by the Ninja Tribunal. And yeah, Splinter comes in, and he traveled also to Japan together with the Ancient One. And yeah, that's pretty much the start of it. Like, hey, you have to train, take it seriously. We have to stop the resurrection of the true Shredder. And for this, the Foot Mystics, they need 3 parts. They need the body of the Shredder, they need the helmet, and they need the gauntlet. And the body is the one that's inside the Ninja Tribunal's monastery, and the others are out there. And well, that's the big plan. They have to find the parts so that the mystics don't get them. So that's a big new story there. And yeah, as I said, this is a special season, because the whole season consists of one storyline. All of the episodes, they are connected with this whole new big Tengu Shredder storyline. So it's really interesting. It's really different, I gotta say.
Yeah, and I was when I was younger and I first heard of this, I was kind of put off on this in my 20s. I actually enjoy this now as I've gotten older, and I appreciate it more. I think just because as a whole, I really I am a huge fan of the 2003 series. A lot of my friends, right now we're doing Shellathon on Twitch, where we have a whole bunch of turtle friends, playing games, and it's always about the retro. Not many people know about the 2003 games. We've talked about that before. The Game Boy Advance game is great. And a lot of them all have been saying during the streams, I don't really remember this show too much. It's like, I'm trying my best, Christian. I'm doing my best to tell them, check out our podcast here. Check out TMNTDERTALK. They're just so good, and especially for our age, because again, as you said, it seemed like it's almost like, I think you'll agree with this, the X-Men animated series from the 90s, the Batman animated series, those always felt more adultish too. And I really think the 2003 series does it, especially with this storyline we're getting into. And we're going to get right into the next episode with Demons and Dragons.
In this episode, we find out more about this whole mystic story. The turtles and the other acolytes, they get this amulets. And through them, they should be able to call forth their inner spirit, like some kind of animal spirit that would give them strength. And the biggest and rarest of them are the dragon spirits. And the turtles and the others, they even get new weapons. They get some mystical weapons. So this is the whole storyline. Is very about mystic, magical stuff. And everyone but Leonardo. Leonardo does not get a new weapon, and at first it's like, why doesn't Leonardo get some new weapons? But well, we're getting there. And then they have to fight these Kappa demons, these water demons, because they have a part of the Shredder armor, and they have to fight them. And there's a big fight. It's pretty cool, and it's kind of anime-like when they have like this mystical powers, like running very fast and like using their mystical weapons to shoot energy blast and stuff like this, which I'm into it, and I'm into this stuff. And as I always say, with turtles, you can pretty much do everything. You can do the street level crime stuff. You can science fiction. You can do magic stuff, and it never feels out of character. So now we have like this mystical and magical stuff, and in the end, turtles and everyone is able to get the part of the armor, and well, so that mission worked. So now it's back to training again so that the evil Shredder does not get resurrected. Yeah, that's pretty much the story.
Yeah, as we get into our next episode here, when you start recapping Legend of the Five Dragons, I wanted to ask you too, did you have a favorite member of the Tribunal?
Well, I'm not good with the names, I gotta admit.
Yeah, me too.
But I think I like the big one, the silent one. I think he's a very interesting character because he's like, this character is very strong, very big, but he's like the silent character. I mean, if you think about a big, strong, muscular character, he's always loud and fierce.
Yeah.
But he's like, he's not talking at all. So I like this little balance here. And I remember him pretty much.
Yeah, he's mine too. That's usually if you ever play like a Gauntlet Legends or any of the, like Overwatch. I was always the big tank Reinhardt guy, so I'm with you on that. All right, so Legends of the Five Dragons, I believe, is next here.
Yeah, that's the episode where we finally get our backstory of this whole thing. We finally find out what's up with this demon Shredder that everyone is talking about. We get the backstory that, like, in ancient Japan, there was a demon called Shredder, and this group of 5 warriors who later became the Ninja Tribunal fought this demon and defeated it. But one member of the Ninja Tribunal, who was called Orokusaki, the demon told Orokusaki that he will give him power if he spares him, and well, that happens. So the demon fused with Orokusaki and became like this Tengu Shredder, and caused chaos throughout Japan. But the other members of the Ninja Tribunal, they were able to defeat him, but not like kill him really. They had to separate the body and the other parts so that he cannot rise again, which now the mystics tried to do. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We get this whole backstory, and it's so interesting how it builds on everything, because remember we had the Utrom Shredder, who was an Utrom called Jarrell, but on Earth he took on the name Orokusaki, aka the Shredder. And now we find out that this is like he was pretty much an imposter. He just took the name from something that he heard, and so now we're facing the real Shredder, more or less. So this is what we always talk about. This is like this whole thing builds on another. This the 2003 story. Like we always get the callbacks. Yeah, remember something that happened like 2 or 3 seasons ago. Now we're getting more information of this, and that's one of the reasons why I'm such a big fan of this series, because it builds up. It's like building blocks building upon one another. And here we have the same thing with the Shredder. More information about the Shredder, which also means more information about the Utrom Shredder. And so the world building is just so good. Yeah.
And it never feels like they're belittling the audience. They treat us all, even like you say, it was made for kids, but it was similar to how David Wise always said in the original cartoon. He's like, I never talk down to kids. And I never felt like, even though it's a kid's show, I never felt like we were kind of being dragged by the hand, like, come on, Timmy, this is the way to the story. You know what I mean? It just was, you were able to understand it, and they never belittled us. I always appreciated that for the 2003 and the 87 series. Even though the 87 series had a lot of sarcasm, but still, they never, they knew what was going on. So, anyways, coming up next is More Worlds Than One.
Yeah, pretty much the thing is that in this episode, the Ninja Tribunal finds out where the third part of the armor is. And so they send out everyone to get it. And well, they fight then these red demon creatures. And well, they're able to defeat them. So now they have all the 3 parts. They bring it back to the Ninja Tribunal's monastery. So that works out for now. And there's also some other still training to find their mystic powers and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole story. Now we have all the 3 parts. What's gonna happen next? Yeah.
Let's just get right into it. Actually, the beginning of the end, which was the name of an episode from the 1987 series, I believe, too. When that show was near the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was an episode in the 10th season, the last season. Yeah, that's right. And yeah, that's once again an episode where I'm like, whoa, that really happened, because the mystics, they attack the Ninja Tribunal's monastery. They attack it to get all the parts together. And well, they're pretty much successful. This episode is a pretty big action scene. They attack them. The Ninja Tribunal is fighting them. The Acolytes are fighting them. The Turtles are fighting them. But in the end, they are not successful. The Ninja Tribunal, the Mystics, they are able to get all the parts together to resurrect the one true Shredder. The whole building is destroyed. Apparently, the Ninja Tribunal is killed, and the other acolytes are killed. And and Leonardo finally gets his weapon. He gets one of the weapons from one of the other acolytes, a sword, which apparently was some kind of mystic test for Leonardo, because apparently the sword was always meant for Leonardo, and now he has it. And well, everyone escaped. The Turtles and the Foot Mystics, they escape through a portal to New York, and that's pretty much where it ends. Like, okay, we are back in New York. Everyone is gone, and the bad guys are here. And they want to resurrect the true Shredder and, well, get ready for a big fight. So yeah, that's pretty much the story and beginning of the end. The title couldn't be more fitting.
Absolutely. Now we're going to talk really quick, guys. I'm going to do a quick plug for our friend who's been doing at least probably close to 20 or 30 episodes with us, TMNT Dare Talk. Now, you heard him talk earlier about something that we were going to get into, and this is why I want you guys to stop whatever you're doing, whether you're listening to us on Spotify, YouTube, wherever, and just drop this man a follow. This is similar. His knowledge is equivalent to a calculator. And what I mean by that is I'm going to give you this quick analogy, because I had to do this this week with some wrestling cards I was trying to figure out value. So I'm really good with numbers. So I'll have on a spreadsheet, 9, 9, 5, 10, 12, 4. And most people nowadays, you have to use the calculator to get there. But me, it's automatic. And Christian, my friend, you are automatic. So if it wasn't for Wikipedia, I mean, I could hang with most people with above average, Turtle Talk. But you, my friend, are the king, because I did not know this until I looked this up right now. I didn't know about this. So Nightmares Recycled, there actually was an episode here where they say, hey, pump the brakes for, because this is getting to be a little too dark. So where did this episode come from? Nightmares Recycled. Tell us about this. I didn't know about this until literally 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, man. This is if you remember from last season, from season 4, we had the episode Insane in the Membrane.
Yes.
That wasn't aired at first because it was so dark, with Baxter's body becoming like the zombie-like and falling apart and stuff. Like, oh, we cannot air this. It was aired later because it was finished. The whole episode was finished. Now we have an episode called Nightmares Recycled, which never aired, which was never finished. It was planned for this season, but they the guys at 4Kids, they were like, no, we can definitely not do this episode. I mean, you all remember this is a kids cartoon, right? Because the story, we would have seen the return of the Garbage Man. So far, so good. And in the story, he would have transported the turtles and Han to this recycling world. Like, he's got this realm where the turtles and Han, they would have should have worked together to escape from all these traps and stuff like this. So far, so good. This is not the weird part. The weird part would have been that we would have found out that Han and the Garbage Man, they were actually twins. They were concerned twins. And when they were still kids, some kind of a doctor would have separated them and would have thrown the Garbage Man into the garbage, like dispose of this little kid, which now would have turned him into the Garbage Man. And I can totally understand why someone at 4Kids said, no, we cannot do this in a kids cartoon. This would have been one step too far. But still, there are only some concept drawings and stuff like this, and some plot synopsis. But this would have been really interesting. But I can totally understand why this episode was never finished, was never done. But I think it would have been very interesting, give the Garbage Man some backstory, connect him to another character, connect him to Han. This would have been very interesting for the character of Garbage Man, one last hooray for the Garbage Man. But yeah, I see why they did not do it.
Yeah, well, it took them 5 seasons for 4Kids to say, hey, all right, guys, we've let you get away with all this. Come on. It's like the kid who keeps trying to get away with stuff from his parents. It's like, look, you snuck in candy, you've come in late, you're, leaving a mess. Now you're gone too far. So they finally put their foot down here. Oh, man. And now coming up next, this is expanding once again, because now we get some more people joining the fray in Membership Drive.
Yeah, this episode, the Justice Force is back with Silver Sentry and the others, and they are looking for new members of the team. And the Turtles, they go to them one way why Michelangelo wants to become a member of the Justice Force. But on the other hand, we have the other turtles. They want to talk to them like, there's a big evil coming and we could need your help. And through all this, who comes back? None other than Nano. Nano comes back, and at first, like, oh no, Nano's causing trouble again. But in the end, it turns out that Nano finally grew up, and he's like, hey, I'm grown up now. I'm not a little kid anymore, and I can help. And he becomes a new member of the Justice Force. And so once again, we get a finish to this storyline, to the Nano storyline. Like finally, Nano gets like a happy ending, and it's this is. I know I always say the same thing, but this is why I like the show so much, because like callback, like finish a storyline. Maybe it takes some seasons, but the character gets a finish to his storyline, and here we have it with Nano, which is great.
Yeah, even side characters. And now it's funny, I'm going to bring this up because it doesn't really correlate too much to the next thing here, but this is similar to me when I was a huge WWF fan back in the old Attitude Era. It's when you got to appreciate every character. You know, you had the Hardy Boys, the Headbangers, Val Venus, just everybody had their role. And this 2003 series does it. Like you just said again, characters that were just like treated for a couple episodes come back and get some love and appreciation. So it just makes it a huge family, and you appreciate everybody a lot more. So next one we got is a two-parter. I don't know why they named it this, because we just talked about wrestling here. Anytime I see this, I always think of Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash. They did it with Captain America in their movie too at New World Order. This is a two-parter, New World Order. I mean, I'm just thinking of the NWO theme song, and Hulk Hogan's going to come in and make a ninja appearance in this episode. But feel free to take it away, Christian, with this two-parter for New World Order.
Yeah, well, in this New World Order, the Foot Mystics are successful. They are able to resurrect the Tengu Shredder, the Demon Shredder, and well, he lives up to his name. He's super powerful. He's almost undefeatable, and he can do this magic stuff, mystical stuff, shoot energy beams, you name it, and they go straight to Karai. They're on the way to Karai because Karai currently, as we know, took over the mantle of the Shredder, and she's the only thing left that's like, I should have put it, the Tengu Shredder thinks that's like should not exist. She should not exist. She should be destroyed. So they go there. The turtles also go there, and they confront together with Karai and the Foot Clan. They confront the Tengu Shredder as like, okay, we have to work together this time. I know we are not on good terms currently, but this is even worse. This is enemy of my enemy is my friend. So we have to work together in this. And well, it's actually this two-parter is once again very much very action heavy, and there's really a lot of action there. And Karai gets really hurt in this episode, and well, in the end, one thing I've almost forgot, that in this episode the turtles are able to manifest their inner animals that turn out to be dragons. And there's this, so the turtles, they transform into dragons, which is pretty cool. So they attack the Demon Shredder, and for now they chase him off, but Karai is hurt, so the turtles take her in. But the turtles know that Demon Shredder is still out there, and we have to find a way to defeat him, because they could not really defeat him. They could not really hurt him. Whatever they did is like not even a scratch on him. So what will the turtles do next now that the ultimate evil is out there? Well, let's find out.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on not on the spot right here, but just because we did a lot of covering of the Fred Wolf series, we've brought it up a few times. We weren't opposed to their weird mutations. Like, it was okay, but it was just eh. But this one here, again, this is weird, but we both kind of like it. Why is it just because they had more details in the story and there was more of like an explanation? You know what I'm talking about here? Instead of the crazy, you know what I mean? Is that why this works? Like, how come this works better than when the Fred Wolf, Red Sky era tried doing something different with the turtles and their bodies?
I think it just works so well in this storyline because we have this mystical stuff, so we will accept it. We'll just take it. Okay, so the turtles also have the mystical powers to fight the other mystical powers, so it totally works because otherwise the turtles, they would not really stand a chance. So it just makes sense in this storyline. It makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. It just everything can kind of correlates in the next. I believe we have 4 episodes left right now, my friend. So let's get into Father and Sons.
Yeah, in this episode is pretty much a flashback episode because the turtles, they're like, I don't think we can do anything against this evil Shredder. But then Splinter comes in and tells them, you can do it, face your fears, because when you were kids, you also did so. And then we get a flashback episode, like a toddler episode, where we see like when Splinter and the little turtles, they went to Japan, they met the Ninja Tribunal before, they met the Ancient One before. So like, okay, that's interesting. We didn't know this, and because how was it? Hamato Yoshi died, and Splinter took his ashes with him. And he confronted the Ninja Tribunals like, "Hey, why didn't you help Hamato Yoshi?" And the Ninja Tribunals like, "Because this is what must happen for everything that happens next." So yeah, and Splinter wasn't happy with this, and so on and so forth. And through all this, the little baby turtles, toddler turtles, they meet like this bone demon creature that nobody else can see, that only the little kids can see. And we find out that this was actually like working. This guy was actually working for the Foot Mystics back then. They even tried to get their hands on the parts of the Shredder armor to resurrect him. But the turtles at first, of course, they meet this evil demon. They are scared, but then they confront their fear and they fight the demon and chase it off. And then in the end, for the bravery, they get their headbands, their colored headbands. They didn't have them before, but they get their headbands from the Ancient One. So we got like an origin story for the headbands. And the Ninja Tribunal, they like it's better if they don't remember any of this, so they like delete the memories, and that's the reason why they don't remember any of this happened. So yeah, it's a nice little flashback episode with some nice little Easter eggs, like how did the turtles get their bandanas, like get their colors, and yeah, the baby turtles are cute. Just for that, it's a cute episode.
I thought it was great too because it just I want to say it was this. Were there other I guess introductions to the colored headbands besides this one in the IDW series?
In the IDW series,
that one they do. I know.
Splinter gave the turtles.
That one I do remember.
So Splinter gave the turtles the headbands because they were their favorite colors when they were humans back in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And those are the only two origins. First,
that and what else? Well, most of the time it was just because it were their favorite colors, so they took them on. I mean, in the IDW comics at first, they all wore red because Raphael was missing. So they like had this whole thing like we have to remember Raphael, so we're all wearing red. But when Raph came back to the family, they were like allowed to wear their own colors. So that's a really cool little origin story for their bandanas there. So yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. Again, it's something we didn't have earlier on. It was just, or you could watch what was that? The College Humor. Did you ever see those wacky ones where they make fun of the turtles? Where Donatello gets screwed, where he gets them the
Oh
best.
yeah, I remember that one. Like, oh yeah, right, Donatello, you are also there. I have like a stick for you.
Yeah. Go get that out of that pile and bleep.
Yeah.
Oh man, such good stuff. Again, what a good time it is to be a turtle fan, just because this is just so rich now. I mean, all we had growing up for me and you, it was just comics, TV show, video games. Now we are just full blown all over the place, and I love it. So kind of funny we just brought it up, because now the name of the episode is Past and Present.
Yeah, in this, the Tengu Shredder, he wants to turn the whole city in like his domain, like this dark domain, like a dark Japan, like for his demon creatures. And the turtles, they find out that they could be able to stop it, because there are some like cornerstones in the city that have the energy to stop the demon shredder's powers. So they go there, and they are even able to protect these cornerstones. But well, in the last moment, Tengu Shredder like brings up all his power and uses all his power to rebel the turtles, and well, transforms New York City in his own dark, hellish dimension, with demons and zombies and everything running around. And well, it got from bad to worse. So yeah, that's where we are right now.
Yeah, we're bringing this in right here after I'm trying. I guess before we get into these two episodes, I think this actually was a good pace. Don't you agree? I don't think they should have added any more. I think this flowed really well, and it was a short season. But anything else you would have changed before we get into these last two episodes?
Well, at the end, there are one or two things that I think could have needed some more explanation. But overall, I really think it's really cool that they tried something different with the season. Like the first four seasons, they had all the storylines, the story arcs, but now with this season, they we have this big storyline, and we need like 12, 13 episodes for it. And so they took one whole season just for this storyline. And yeah, I'm a fan of this. Like, give the story time to breathe, give the characters time to breathe. So it's really cool. I know not everyone is a fan of the mystic stuff, like turtles turning into dragons and stuff like this. It's a bit out there. I get it, but I think after everything that the turtles went through, you have to go big for this. I mean, we're getting there, but for me, if the whole 2003 show ended with this season, I think it would have been really just fine. It would have been fine, because this is the big fight. The big fight was the original Shredder, the biggest, most evil creature ever. So if it would have ended with this season, I would have said, "Hey, 2003 cartoon is just fine." As I said before, I really like the season that come after this. Hey, fast forward, Back to Sewer, and even Turtles Forever. I'm so glad that we got this, but with this storyline, it could have ended, and it would have been just fine.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I do understand the putback too. This is probably not going to be anywhere even close to an analogy, but again, growing up in the 80s and 90s, we all remember the cool movie Mortal Kombat based off the video game. First one was great. Second one, I still like, but not as great. And I think it had to deal with the goofy animality stuff. I mean, you have Liu Kang and Shao Kahn, which should be an awesome fight at the end, and they're a giant dragon and like a three-headed dragon. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But here we go, guys. In the last two episodes, I don't know if they were paying homage to Bruce Lee, but these are called Enter the Dragons.
Yeah, this is it. This is the big fight. The turtles get like everyone together. Like the turtles and Kara and the Foot Clan come together. even Bishop and Baxter Stockman come in, and like every character, they come together to fight for the big final fight with the Shredder and his demon creatures, and it's big battle. And the turtles once again transform into their dragon forms and fight the Shredder in, well, at first in his dragon form, and it's crazy, and it's really, as I said, it's just big. This is the big fight, the big brawl, I gotta say. Yeah, and the turtles, they are able to destroy the armor and like the helmet and the gauntlet, and in the end they get like their spirits together and uh, call up like the spirit of Hamato Yoshi, who then finishes the demon shredder with one strike and like cuts him in half. And this is the final end of the demon shredder. He's destroyed. He cannot be resurrected anymore. And this is the part where okay, this is kind of weird, because in the end we find out that the Ninja Tribunal and the acolytes, they are alive. They come back, like why are you back? And I don't remember exactly what they said, but something along the lines of yeah, because some things just have to happen, and we are alive again. Like, okay, okay. um, but yeah, as I said, like just think of the last moment of this episode. Like we get the a dawn of a new day, and Karai and Dr. Chaplin, they're holding hands and they're walking towards the sunset. Like there's a new day. Good has won. The good guys have won, and yeah, the big bad is destroyed, and that's the end of the season. And what an ending it is! It's really crazy.
Yeah, you couldn't have a better ending than after a blockbuster. It reminds me of, I don't know if you ever were a Power Rangers fan growing up, but I watched the originals, and then I didn't notice until later in life that in Power Rangers in Space, there was, they call it the end of the Zordon saga, and Zordon, they have to kill him in order to like release good, and it kind of reminds me of that ending, just because, like you say, all these people are together celebrating, yes, we did it, and we get a lot of closure finally. And yeah, that's pretty much it, we think. For
for
this
now
season. Yeah, we think, because you gotta give kudos to this series, all right, Christian? I mean, they're still going strong. I mean, after Turtle Mania in the 80s and 90s, you thought Ninja Turtles would be dead to a degree. You know, for a lot of people, the hardcore fans, there's casual fans, we still love it and still going strong. So on your podcast, you kind of break down episodes. How many episodes have you done so far for the 2003 series?
Well, in the English episodes, I did just like we do now. I do season breakdowns, and I've done all 7 seasons for this in English. In the German episodes, I really do episodic breakdowns, like I talk 1 episode or 2 episodes per episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
And I recently finished season 2, so I've still got a lot to talk about. And yeah, as you said, hey, the 2003 cartoon, it ran for 7 seasons and 155 episodes. So it was really big back then. But nowadays it's like, hey, more people need to talk about it, in my opinion. It's like a little bit forgotten.
Yeah.
But it needs more. More people need to talk about it. More people need to see it for the awesomeness that it is.
I agree all the way. I mean, again, everybody mainstream is, Jim Henson Turtles, Peter Laird, and Kevin Eastman original comics and original cartoon. But this show is just so good. I mean, we're still again, we tried doing our best to hype up this season as big as season 4, and it's pretty much right underneath it, just by a few notches, with this epic battle, and it was only 12 episodes. So I'm with you though, man. I wish more people would talk about this show and just see it, and just enjoy it. I mean, the video games were really good from this saga too. It was just the figures we talked about. The Playmates figures were great. So, anyways, my friend, we hope to have you back to get to fast forward in the near future. But if people want to catch, like you said, every season breakdown already to get a jump start of where me and you are headed, where can they find those episodes?
Well, you can find my podcast, TMNT The Talk, on, well, pretty much every podcast platform like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever. Or just check out the website, TMNTDERTALK.com. You can find everything there. And also all the social media stuff. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I have a Discord server, which, hey, come on over, let's talk turtles. I'm all there for it. And yeah, hey, check it out. You might even enjoy it.
Go on the green eggs and ham way. Try it if you may. Gotcha there, my friend. All right, my friend, as always, it's a pleasure. For those who celebrate Canada Day, this is being recorded on Canada Day, so happy Canada Day and happy 4th of July to the USA. We'll hopefully be able to talk sometime later in July, my friend. But Christian, enjoy yourself, and we hope to get you back real soon.
No, definitely. Thanks as always.